Welcome to JavaScript for Beginners, and in this video we're going to analyze or dissect the final part of this here. As you can see here what we have now. So we already dissected everything here on top, but the real thing here is this part. This is the really big boy, and not only that, it has many things in here. However, this is the most important one because everything else is combined on this very function. As you can see, this is the only function here or the only named function here, and so that is really interesting. So let's start and read here first to understand what it does. Number one, it creates a new list item when clicking on the add button. So let's see here. We already know if you click here add new item, enter, or it doesn't work, but when you click on add, automatically it goes down. And the reason why it goes down is when I explain to you by append child. Automatically it will always append at the very bottom, not at the top or anywhere else. So that's number one. So now let's focus on the item here. So what really happens here? You already saw that when we click on add, automatically we create a new list item. So let's start here and read what happens. All right, it says here the function is called new element. Yes, so probably this function here is connected with this button here. Let's see if we can see anything here right now. So we see here add button, on click new element. Yes, so you already see this is already working. This is an on click event. So we understand this part. Yes. So once you click on that, what happens? Well, we have a variable with a list item and we say document.createElement list item. All right. So this is very simple. Create li tag if clicked on button on add. Yes. All right. So once we have that, of course, so what happened now? Variable input value. So what that means is document.getElement by ID my input and then value. So what is this exactly? So this is very simple. This is the value we put in here, right? So let's check here again. You can see this is input type text, and this input type is just called my input. Very simple. So it says here, all right, search for this. So it will search for this search for text input. Once you did that, what happens next? Very simple. It will get a t. So the new variable for t, probably for text or something, whatever they use it. Say create a text node from the input value. So basically what it does here, the text is created or added. Yes, so it will read if there's any text. So the list I means the list I add. So basically we're going to create a new list item and then add the text of input in here, and then of course here closing list I, and since this is append plus add to bottom with the O, of course, not with U, not button, but bottom. All right, so we've got that. So it's in the bottom. Next. So this is a warning or cleaning up. Basically it says if input values, which is this one here of my input, yes, input value here equals to nothing, then alert. Yeah, so this helps you. It's like a check if input value contains input. Very simple. If there's nothing, error. If there is something, then you say get element by ID my unordered list and append the li. So basically this is just this text, but of course where are you going to put this? Are you going to put in the UL? So we need to say which UL we want to put it. So add the li in UL. Very simple. Yes, and then bottom. All right, so basically here we prepare everything, we add it to the bottom, but we need to know in which UL, and this is the UL, the my UL. Let's double check here. Since we are here, let's search here this LI, and then you see here ID my UL, which contains all the list items here. So it starts to get more easier once you dissect it, because you can understand what's going on. All right, next. Once we have this, put this in here. All right, so we add this up here. Then what happens next is get document by ID and input UL value 0. So basically what you want is, once you click on this, empty our input. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say here, not empty after clicking. Let's save this and see what happens. Let's refresh this. I'm going to refresh this and then say hello. Hello. And now what happened? There you are. You can see now it says, hey, not empty after clicking. So that's basically what we did here. Empty our input. So you can see here, this is really nice to start to analyze. Then next here we have again our create a document.create element span. So basically this part here is a repeating part of up, but you understand here we start to create, this is the real function here. Once we add this, then we need to add, of course, because every item needs a, this is the span with the close button and close class, right? And this one has the close text icon, which was the X, or I think it's, if you would do it here with times ampersand. So ampersand times, says that's the really one, the one we just showed you. All right, and it says here as well here, add close tag, close class. So basically here is not the close, this is the close button, then add the text in the button, and then basically this is just everything translated, and then span on text, and then all these together here, of course. So this is just add the text in the span, because so now you start to pinpoint where exactly do you want to add up. Add this in list item. It's very simple now. Now it starts to make all sense, because now this all together, it comes all together. So basically what you say here, this tag, this span must, we create the span, we create the X of this icon, and then we have to pinpoint, okay, where do you want to put it in. So that's really what we did here. So everything was already explained here, and here we just reconnect them and put it all together. So once we did this, and then we start to calculate again here our things, and this is on click, and this one here, of course. So what is this? For each of this close length here, now we start again with the I to calculate. It's a numbering of list items. Yes, and close that. So here we're going to focus on this part here. What it really does is it says close with a numbering. Yes, so basically means that the closing here, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever closing you select. So if you click one, it will understand which one you select. So it says close I on click equals the function, right? So when you click on this, you have a new function, and this is what we call a unnamed function. Yes, so on click function, on click on the close, and then number. That's basically it. And then it says variable div equals this parent element. So basically what we say here, because our close, yes, our close tag or item is a span, right? And we need to know what is the parent of the span. So how do you see that? Well, very simple. You can search here. Let's click here in our close. Our close is a span tag, and the parent of that, so this is a child, parent is the list item. So if you really understand that, it means we're going to search for the parent element, which is the li, and then we say we're going to give this li a style equals display, I guess style, yeah, that's it here, display none. That's what we're doing. Very simple. Or at least, if you understand this step by step, it will be very understandable. So once you do that, of course, so what happens then, you can see here. So we select this one by X, for example. Yes. And then in here, you can see this. And if we click on by X, this one is now checked. But when we click on this here, it will add a display none in the parent, which is the li class. And that's really the entire function of this JavaScript. So, and that was probably quite interesting because you learned a lot by looking and analyzing the entire JavaScript.